Shalom. We are the I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding GEN.YAHANNA. We are here to teach our people the truth. Those are Native Indian, Black, and Hispanic, the truth since 1969. And tonight's class is about brotherhood, how you should treat your brother, the morals, the statute, and the commandments that the Most High has set for our people. How you should deal with a brother according to the scriptures. That you should not be treating them as if he's your enemy, but you should be loving your brother in order to have a better understanding of how to come together as one so that we can get up out of this hell and learn how to treat each other with better understanding and love, like the scriptures say. Basically, I.S.U.P.K, Jesus Christ would treat you as a brother. Someone get me Matthew 18 and 15. I am priest and officer, Gabar officer of 1,000.
Matthew 18 and 15.
Matthew 18 and 15.
Matthew 18 and verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee.
Stop. It says, moreover, if a brother shall trespass against thee. These are the words that are coming out of Yahushua, Jesus Christ's mouth. He said, moreover, if a brother shall trespass against thee, meaning if a brother offends you or do anything towards you that wasn't brotherly, read on.
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Stop. So if you have a fault between you and your brother or a situation, you're supposed to tell him how he offended you. You're supposed to go to him in love and tell him what has happened between you and him alone. No witnesses, no outside crowd up there pumping up the situation to where it could be bad, but go between you and another brother alone so that y'all can have an understanding of why this situation had happened between y'all that was so bad. Read on.
If he shall hear thee.
Stop. And this the point. If he shall hear thee, if he wanted to hear what happened between you and him, because he might not fully understand what had happened. He might not fully understand what had happened. So you got to go to that brother in love with some understanding, not rough, not railing, not in anger, but go to that brother in some type of love to tell him what has happened. Like, hey brother, you might have offended me. You know, I didn't seem like this was right what had happened. So you gotta go to that brother in some type of love, because that's what these scriptures are. Just how the Most High had loved us, we gotta love your brother. That's the only way we're gonna get out of this house, with some love and understanding towards one another. Because if we fight one another, the enemy gonna take advantage of that and do what? Continue to conquer us, continue to put us down, continue to rob, rape, steal, and murder from us. But if you go to that brother and sell the difference between you and him alone first, then that brother has some understanding, be like, well, maybe it wasn't that bad, or maybe, this brother had love enough to come to me and tell what has happened between me and him, and I can forgive him. Because that's what Yahushua would have done. Yahushua would have told what had happened between him and someone and showed him that love. But that person who is that brother has got to be somebody of your nation, your nationality, your heritage, of the same lineage, of the same culture, same everything, the same nation. It's not talking about somebody that's outside of your people. It's talking about somebody who is of your nation and nationality, your heritage, your bloodline, your brother. You might be from a different tribe, but that is still your brother, and you got to show him that love. Read on.
Thou hast gained thy brother.
So if this brother will hear you, if this brother understand what had went on, that is not that much of a big deal, then you're going to gain your brother. Because why? you gonna listen to his reason and he gonna listen to your reason. So if that brother gonna hear you, guess what? You gain that brother. That's how Yahweh did amongst the disciples if they had a problem. He saw the difference between him and them, him and thee, according to the scriptures, and guess what? Them brothers became tight. Just like whatever school or city that you in the I.S.U.P.K, because we ain't having none of that foolishness. You gonna go to that brother and explain what had went wrong between y'all and settle it. That's how you show love. That's how you show that understanding that's part of Israel, of I.S.U.P.K.
Damn right.
Not going against trying to choke each other and fight each other. Because if we fighting each other, what the enemy going to do? The enemy going to jump in and put a division between y'all. The enemy going to put a division. So in order not to have that division and that love and brotherhood, you going to tell him that fault between you and him. You going to discuss it like real men do. You going to talk it out, and you're going to have that understanding, and you're going to forgive each other at the end of the day. One of the scriptures in the Bible tells you not to let your anger go down with the sun, but to go to that brother and discuss it with him. So guess what? You're going to show that brother that love. Go to 1 John 4:20. Because there's no way we should be fighting. Have we been fighting against the enemy enough? Also in the scriptures, the enemy that is talking about is your brother. That brother who might not agree with you, that brother who might have not understood. It's not talking about somebody from another nation, but that brother who have that anger against you. You trying to have that understanding to where you can say, well, brother, I was wrong, or brother, you was wrong. And guess what? Y'all ain't enemies no more. Y'all even tighter and closer in brotherhood. Because that's what these laws, statutes, commandments are built off of, which is that love and understanding. The same love and understanding that Christ had for the disciples, the same love that Yahweh had for Israel, the same thing that the 12 tribes should have for each other. Give me 1 John 4:20.
1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. If a man say, I love God.
Stop. If a man say, I love God. If a man say he loved the Most High, so you professing out your mouth, I love the Most High. Just like these hypocritical Christians and Baptists or whatever religious denomination you in. If they saying that a man love God, they professing, oh, I love God. I love the Most High. I love this. Go ahead.
And hateth his brother.
And hateth his brother. How are you going to hate your brother, but yet you saying you love the Most High? You got no understanding of that scriptures. That's why you see all in the church, they backbiting, they back talking one another, they betraying one another, but not here in the I.S.U.P.K. We are not having it. You see your brother and he offended you, go to him. But if a man say that he loved the Most High and yet hated his brother, so you claiming you love the Most High. You really want to claim that, but you hate your brother? Read on.
He is a liar.
He is a liar. You can't hate your brother or have no understanding or love for your brother if you hate him, but yet you love the Most High. The Most High in the Bible, the Most High, our power of Israel is calling you a what?
A liar.
The Most High is calling you a liar. That means you're a goddamn hypocrite. No matter what your brother do to you, you can always find a way to settle your problem between you and him without going to violence, without pulling out that gun and shooting your brother, without going and making his name bad in the streets. Because why? The first thing about negotiating or talking with your brother is to go to him and tell him. So if you're saying you love the Most High and you hate your brother, you are a liar and a hypocrite, something that the Most High hates. Go on.
He is a liar, for he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen.
So you up there saying that you love your brother who you seen. You have never seen the Most High, but you see your brother every day. Y'all hanging out together. Y'all might be chilling somewhere. Y'all might be going to get drinks. Or, basically, y'all got some downtime. So you seen your brother every day, but yet you have not seen the Most High. Go ahead.
how can he love God whom he have not seen?
How can you love the most, say that you love the Most High who you have not seen, but yet you see your brother every day? How you gonna not love your brother? Your brother is sitting there right in front of you every day. Y'all passing each other in the street. Y'all might be on working at the same slavery, and you gonna have that confusion just because you wanted to be pig-headed and not settle a problem between you and your brother? Come on, but yet you gonna say you love the Most High? The Most High is not with that foolishness. The Most High hates confusion. The scriptures say God, the Most High, is not the author of confusion. So why you gonna start that confusion between you and your brother? You love the Most High who you have not seen, but hate your brother who you've seen every day. Settle your problems and your differences with your brother. That's what the Most High, Yahweh and Yahushua, Jesus Christ, wants you to do. Settle your problem with your brother so you can move on, so that you can build in this nation, so that you can build on the truth, so that you can teach one another the righteous things of the scripture. Because the only way you're going to lead is by example. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him.
And this commandment that we have from him. So this is an order that we have from the Most High, going down to Yahushua, Jesus Christ, going down to us. You know, it goes to Yahweh, which is the Most High, Yahushua, which is our King, Lord, and Savior, and brother, going down to Commander GEN.YAHANNA through righteous teachings, going down to us, who's everybody under commanding GEN.YAHANNA. That we have this commandment, this order from him. Read on.
That he who loveth God love his brother also.
So this is the commandment that the Most High had passed on down through righteous teachings to the priests and prophets today, which are us, the 12 tribes in the I.S.U.P.K. That if you love the Most High, you love your brother also. So if you claim you love the Most High, you claim you love Yahushua, Hamashiach, Jesus Christ, guess what? If you love them so much, love your brother also. Before you go ahead and pick up a gun, a knife, some type of weapon against your brother, guess what? The Most High commanded you and gave you an order to go to your brother and settle your differences. I don't care what the world has to offer, because the world can't offer you nothing. But to have a brother who you have gained is more priceless than gold. Go ahead. Any more?
Nah.
Give me Matthew 25 and 40. Don't be pulling out your no gun on your brother. It ain't that serious. Because why? He's suffering the same hell as you. Why put more hell on that brother because y'all can't settle a difference? Do you think the other nations want to settle a difference with you? No, they're going to put you out of the store. They're going to try to beat you on your head. They're going to try to rob you. They're going to say things that promote a bad reputation and a name to you. But your own brother, he's supposed to have sense enough to be like, well, you know what? Let's settle this so that we can move on. You know, because, you know, I love chilling with my brother. I love hanging with my brothers. I love being at peace with my brothers. That's what we're supposed to do. Not be at each other's neck with small problems like that. Come on, you claim you love the Most High in Christ? Settle your differences. You claim you love Yahushua, who is our Lord, King, Savior, and brother? Settle your differences. Don't be up there doing each other like the other nations would do us, because they hate us. We ain't supposed to hate each other. We're supposed to love one another. Go ahead.
Matthew 25 and verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them.
And the king shall answer and say unto them. The king is talking about Yahushua, but also it's talking about the Most High, because who under the Most High? Yahushua. So this is Yahushua passing on the message to us. Go ahead.
Verily, I say unto you.
Truly I say unto you. So this is coming out who mouth? Yahushua mouth through righteous teachers. Go ahead.
Inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren.
As much as you have done it unto the least of these ones, my brethren. So the thing that you would do for Yahushua, the thing that you would do for our Lord, King, and Savior, how you would do for him, like if he was here right now in front of you and he called you and asked you to get up out your bed, out your bed to go ahead and see to another brother, how you would get some money out your pocket to give to a brother to handle that situation right then and there, how you would go intent and make sure that that brother is okay, well prepared, or okay, or all right. Go ahead.
Ye have done it unto me.
Ye have done it unto him. So if you do that for your brother, and you would do this for Yahushua, Jesus Christ, do it unto your brother. Do it unto that brother that you see every day. Do it unto that brother that you got a problem with and you need to settle it. If that brother need it, if that brother don't have it, make sure you give it to that brother. Make sure if he don't have no money in his pocket, give that brother something. If he don't have nothing to eat in the house, make sure you feed that brother. Just like Yahushua done a lot of our own brethren. He made sure that you was fed. He made sure that you was clothed. He made sure that you had counsel. He made sure that you had a roof over your head, that you had a need and want for nothing within our own nation. If you would do that for Yahushua, do it to that brother too. Read on.
Verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand.
So these are the brothers who don't want to settle the problems, who want to raise hell, who want to tell you, oh, you ain't this, you ain't that, who want to have a bad reputation going around about your name. Just like the Christian church, who is the house of Satan, how they go ahead and have all these problems within the church because they don't love each other. Go ahead.
Depart from me.
He gonna say it to you because you want to cause confusion, that you want to cause hell. We ain't having that in the I.S.U.P.K. We gonna love one another because we brethren. Yahushua said, those that are on the left-hand side, those that want to cause confusion, he gonna tell them, depart from me, get away from me. Since you don't want to settle this with your brother, guess what? Be on about your way. And that's what happened for those who was here, who ain't here now. Some of the problem because they couldn't handle that problem with their brother and wanted to be hard-headed and stiff-necked. Yahushua said, go ahead and leave. And that's why they ain't here now. Because why? You want a man enough to go ahead and love your brother enough to settle it with him. Go ahead.
Ye cursed.
Ye what?
Cursed.
So this confusion between y'all that you don't want to settle, it's a curse to be having that hell put upon your people. We already catching hell right now. So guess what? Not wanting to settle a problem with the brother and want to put more on him, that's a hell. That's curse. That's a curse. Go on.
Into everlasting fire.
Into everlasting fire. This hell is on earth. We already catching hell from these other nations. Why put more hell on a brother? Why torment him more by telling him he ain't nothing? You don't love him. Show him that brotherhood by taking that brother and saying, you know what? We got to talk about this. Like real men do. Only B.I., you can finish the rest of it, will go to another brother and tell him some awful type stuff. How you going to love the Most High and yet you don't even love yourself to go to another brother and do what? Settle your problems. Go ahead.
Prepared for the devil and his angels.
Prepared for the devil and his angels. This is talking about how the so-called white man do us. He'll call us his brother. He call us his friend. But when the opportunity sees him, guess what? He going to take that opportunity and do what? Throw you under the bus. But a true brother of your nation, that's of your people, guess what? He going to be like, I got your back. I got you. Come on. Let's get this thing done and get it over with. The so-called white man of other nations ain't your brother. They ain't of your lineage, your heritage, your bloodline, your culture, or your people. So guess what? They're going to try to destroy you. But your brother, he going to lift you up. He going to make sure you're taken care of. He going to make sure that you are. You going to make sure that that brother of your own people, of your own nation, have that love for you. Any more to that?
Lie.
All right. Go to John 13 and 34.
John 13 and verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you.
So this is a new commandment, a new order. And the words are unread. So this Yahweh speaking. He say, I got a new order for you. So this is our King, Yahweh, Jesus Christ passing an order down to us. Read on.
That ye love one another.
That you do what?
Love one another.
No, I can hate that brother. I can go ahead and tell that brother, get out of my face. You ain't nothing. You ain't this, you ain't that. I hate you. But what did Yahweh say?
That ye love one another.
Yahweh is giving you an order to love one another. Because what can you build off hating your brother? What can you accomplish when both of y'all cannot walk unless agreed together? If you hate your brother, you are not going to get nothing accomplished. But Yahweh say that this is a new commandment, that you love one another. Show that brother some love. When he's feeling lonely, give that brother a call up. Check on him. When he's hungry, go ahead and feed that brother. Make sure you have some food with him. Even though everybody cannot afford that and do that, that's what that love of your nation, your people do. You come together and pull your resources together and give to one another. Like how you was in the Christian church before you came to the truth. Talk about give to it hurt. Well, give to your brother until it hurts. You might not always have it, so guess what? Another brother who is fortunate might have it. That's that love that we showed for each other back then, and we supposed to be showing each other now. Because why? Yahweh said so. Go ahead.
As I have loved you.
As what?
I have loved you.
As I have loved you. So Yahweh said, this is a new commandment, that you love one another the same way I love you. So if you love Yahweh, love your brother also. It ain't nothing you can't solve with your brother. If y'all can't agree on something, guess what? You still went to that brother and talked to him. You still went to settle that matter with him. And that's how you show love. And maybe that brother will get through his head. Okay, it wasn't that bad. Let me give that brother a call up. Because there have been times to where I've been in a house and I've been sitting by myself and I'll be like, wow, where my brother's at? And all of a sudden a brother called. And I'll be like, wow, my brother called me up, Most High in Christ. And that makes me happy. A brother called me out of blue. Brothers done called me from Virginia. Brothers done called me from, DC, from who know where, from Missouri, everywhere. And it makes me be like, if that brother need me, no matter what little resources I gotta pull together, I gotta give that brother a shout out. I gotta give that brother a call. I gotta come see that brother when the time comes. That's that love that we have for each other in that I.S.U.P.K. And this is not only talking about brotherhood. This is talking about sisterhood too. Because why? Sisters show each other love too. Because, you're supposed to show how much you love one another. Because if we don't love one another, what's going to happen? Everything that Yahweh and Yahweh have worked for us to have is going to crumble and fall. Go ahead.
That ye also love one another.
See, you can't even get past that. All Yahweh is saying, love one another, understand one another, help each other, do for one another. As you would do for me, do for that brother also. Show him that love. Show him that you care. Because what's happening out in the streets and get ready to come down like a big bomb, guess what? You're going to love that brother. Because when the time comes where we got to fight these other nations, according to the scriptures, you're going to be in that trenches with your brother. You're going to be in the dirt and the grit with your brother. Because guess what? You being in that dirt and that grit with your brother, just how we did Academy, just how, we love one another. That's what you're supposed to do. Give that brother a helping hand. Don't let your brother be there suffering. Don't let your brother up there be in need of something that you can easily give him. Love that brother with the honesty of the scriptures, with the love that the scripture is showing. Because if the Most High didn't love us as his sons, guess what? He would have raised up rocks. If the Most High didn't love us as he should, guess what? We will all be dead. But because that covenant that he had Yahweh make with him to make with us, that love got to be there. That's the glue that keeps these scriptures together. of the disciples loving one another, of the apostles loving one another. That's what the scriptures mean. These scriptures right here out of the Bible is love. Not like how the scriptures, not like how, how the Christian church profess love. You up there profess it from your mouth. You up there say, I love you. But guess what? You know what love is? Love is action. The scriptures say, be ye a doer and not just somebody who says it. You can't say you love somebody and then not show it, because love is an action. My reader went to the bathroom, so I'm going to do this one. It says, oh, it's a lot. Hit verse 35, Baba Kashar.
John 13 and verse 35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples.
It says, by this, meaning by these scriptures and showing love, shall all men know that ye are my disciples. Because why? Yahweh gave us a commandment to love one another. That's how you know that you are a disciple of Jesus Christ, not a Christian, because that's really a derogatory word. But ye being a follower of Christ, you're going to do these commandments, like he said in Matthew 18 and 19. Christ said, you love me, keep my commandments. And what are these commandments? To show each other love according to the scriptures. Go ahead.
If ye have love one to another.
It says, if ye have love one to another, which means that you got love for your brother, you're going to keep these commandments. You're going to show your brother that you care. You're going to show him that you love him by doing. The Christian church ain't nothing but all talk. They say they love you, but look at what's going on in the churches now. It ain't nothing but a big whorehouse there. It ain't nothing but confusion. And like it was said before, the Most High is not the author of confusion. So what, you going to do like the Christian church now and hate your brother? The Christian church teach you to hate your brother. The Christian church teach a wife to hate their husband. Oh, I'm independent. I'm an independent woman. I'm an independent this. I'm an independent that. So the woman was taught to hate her own husband. Just like a brother was taught to hate this and hate that. We should be loving one another according to these scriptures. That's true brotherhood in I.S.U.P.K. Just like I'm going to use for example in Slovakia. I had something weighing on me. Priest and officer of 5,000, Kawan Palat, came to me and was like, what's wrong, brother? And I was really heated that day. The brother was like, you want to talk about it? I was like, yeah. So he came to me and we talked it out. And it wasn't really that big difference. Because why? That brother had love enough to show in his spirit that he seen what was on me and it wasn't right. So that brother showed me enough love to come to me and I talked it out. And guess what? That demon, that hateful demon that was weighing on me was uplifted and lifted up off me. That's the love that Yahweh be talking about. You can't sit there and hate your brother. The world is in too much chaos as it is. You got to love your brother, as the scriptures have said, as Yahweh have always taught you, have always taught you to love one another. Any more on that? Give me Matthew 5 and 22.
Matthew 5 and verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
It says, but I say unto you. So this is Yahweh talking to you right now. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. He said, but I say unto you. Read on. That
whosoever is angry with his brother.
That whosoever is angry with his brother. Just like the scriptures would tell you that whosoever is Israel, talk about you, Israel. If you angry with your brother, read on.
Without a cause.
Without a reason. You angry with your brother just because he might got something new and you ain't get it yet. or he might have all this money and yet he didn't come to you and give you something. Come on, you really angry with your brother without a cause. That brother will get to you to where he'll see that you need something, but you angry and hating him because you want to be angry and hateful. Guess what? That's a damn demon on you. So you angry with a brother without a cause, without a perfect reason. Go ahead.
Salakia. What was the verse again?
22. Angry with his brother without a cause.
Give me the whole thing.
Matthew 5 and 22.
All right. Matthew 5 and verse 22. That whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
So whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause. So you ain't got no damn reason to be angry with your brother. You just got that hateful demon on you to hate that brother, and you ain't got no reason to. You shall be in danger of judgment. And you know what that judgment is? That judgment is counsel. And another danger of judgment is counsel from the Most High in Christ. So you gonna do something hateful to your brother just because it's feeling good to you? Guess what? You go out in that street, the Most High gonna have that judgment for you. And guess what? Sometimes it's death. You could be shot laying on the ground, but because you had no brotherhood for that brother didn't want to even come see you that day. And guess what? The Most High got you laying in the gutter, shot and bleeding. But if you settled your argument or that reason with your brother, guess what? The Most High could have let that brother be walking, and he'll see you, he'll help you up, he'll show you that love. But because you wanted to be hard-headed, stiff-necked, had that hateful demon on you, because that's what ultimately it is, that hateful demon, that unbrother-like conduct, you're going to be in danger of judgment. Because why? The Most High do anything to you when you walk out the door of that nearest I.S.U.P.K. because you want to hate your brother. You can get jumped. You can get beat down because you hate your brother without a reason. The Most High bring judgment on you, which is sometimes death. Go ahead.
But whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah.
It says, and whosoever, still talking about Israel, because all these things in the Bible consisting of the Most High in Christ only talking to Israel. It says, and whosoever shall say to his brother Rakah, which is fool. So you going to call your brother a fool because you don't want to listen to him? You talk about, I ain't got to listen to you. You ain't nothing but a fool. Get out of my face. That is a kind of spirit that a jealous woman had. You jealous of someone else, you talk about, oh, you're a fool. Get out of my face.
That's right.
Read on.
Shall be in danger of the council.
Shall be in danger of the council. Because guess what? Not only is the Most High in Christ saying how much you acted like a woman, like a B.I. you know what, but guess what? The Most High in Christ said, so guess what? Because you don't want to love your brother, you're going to have to go in front of Commanding Gen.YAHANNA, General Mahyman, General Mayaka Alata, General Hazayan, and all the rest of the generals, because you want to be unbrother-like. That is a goddamn demon. Get it off you. Get that demon off you by going to your brother and seeking the righteous counsel. Not somebody out in the street, because guess what? Out in the street, ain't no wisdom there. The only wisdom where it's at is definitely in the I.S.U.P.K. under righteous men in authority. But if you want to call your brother a fool, shall be in danger of counsel. Go ahead.
But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire, which means you're going to be tormented out on the street. You're going to be somewhere, you're going to get in trouble, you're going to be hurt, and because you turned your brother away and called him all out of his name, everything but a child of the Most High, guess what? The Most High is going to have you tormented because of that. You know how many people wish that they had a brother? And it don't matter whether he's your biological brother or from your nation or from whatever tribe. He is still your brother, regardless at the end of the day. Just like you would show your biological brother some love, show that brother of your nation some love too. Don't be out there being a hateful person. Don't be out there turning away your brother, knowing that you can help him right then and there. That is something that the other nations do. That is that hateful, demonic spirit that they was born with. Here in I.S.U.P.K, according to the scriptures, we supposed to love our brothers. Regardless of what a brother done to me, I can always go to him. And so what? If he don't want to hear me, guess what? It's going to be a time where he's going to have to hear me. Because guess what? Everybody going to be a witness that shows where I went to that brother or that other brother went to another brother and tried to settle it. It ain't nothing that the Most High in Christ don't see. It ain't nothing that the generals don't see. The generals or whoever captain over you can see that spirit on you, what you going through. And we're going to settle and get that hate out of you because we cannot accomplish nothing if hate is still lingering. Any more on that?
Lies.
All right. Give me Luke 6:31, Baba Kushal. You okay?
Good. Good. 6:31. Luke 6 and verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
It said, as ye would do, as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise, which means if you do it for one brother, you do it for every brother. A brother does it for you, you show that same love and kindness by doing it for another brother. Because you don't know what that brother going through unless you what? Unless you ask him. You ask if that brother all right. If that brother sitting by himself, keep that brother company. If that brother going through something financial, see what you can do to help him out, to lessen his burden. We go through enough hell out here with all these other different nations, with all these different attitudes out in the world, at our job, at our slavery. We go through all those different attitudes, and what? We leave the job with the demon and come home and bring that demon home. But guess what? That brother's supposed to show you love, to ask you what's wrong and get that demon up off you. Because that demon cannot survive with love there. Go ahead.
For if ye love them which love you.
For if ye love them that love you, if your brother showing you love that brother back also. Do for that brother like he would do for you. Help that brother out. Give that brother till you can't give no more. And that brother appreciate and will do also likewise to you. That is the commandment from Christ. Go ahead.
What think have ye?
What think have ye? Who you going to think? That brother going to come and thank you when you least expect it. You don't know what that brother might have for you because you loved them and showed them that kindness and showed them that love. You don't know what that brother might have for you. But guess what? That thank you will suffice. You don't know that brother might hit the lottery the next day. That brother might have a new car and ask you to go on a trip with him. That brother might go ahead and pay for something that you could not afford. That's that love that we have for one another. You never know until you show that brother that love. Go ahead.
For sinners also love those that love them.
For sinners also lend to sinners.
For sinners also love those that love them.
For sinners also love those that love them. Guess what? You don't have no love for your brother, you're going to go around a certain type of people that only wants to sin, that only wants to hate. And you're going to feel right at home with them. And guess what? When they get the judgment from the Most High, guess what? You're going to catch it too. Because all that unbrotherly love, all that hate that you had in your heart for your brother, you're going to get caught up in the mess that they caught up in. And the Most High going to be like, because you love not your brother, guess what? I'm not going to love you, and I'm not going to have mercy. You got to love your brother. We suffering out here enough. We suffering out here without tormenting each other, without fighting one another. You got so much hell on your job that it shows on you. Why not show your brother some love? Why not tell a brother, man, I see what you're going through. Come here, come over here and talk with me. Come to my house, if it ain't too far away. Let's have some brother time. Sitting down playing a video game, sitting down there going over scriptures, which is the most righteous thing to do. Teaching that brother what the scriptures have for him. That's that love. Because you don't have love for your brother, guess what? You ain't got love for yourself. Any more on that?
Nah.
All right. Go to John 15 and 12.
John 15 and verse 12. This is my commandment.
This is still Yahweh Shai talking. All through the scriptures, what do he talk about? Love for your brother. Love for your brother. Love for your brother. It seems like Yahweh Shai can't repeat it enough to love your brother. Because I'm going to tell you, there's many times where it was so damn dark outside that I need a ride. And who come up? Not because he have to, not because brothers should, but because they love me enough not to see me standing out on that street for the bus and I could get jumped or hurt. But because they had love enough for me to be like, brother, I give you a ride home. Because guess what? Sometimes it's not a brother here to give me a ride home, but guess what? A brother called and checked up on me. That's love. A brother come see how I'm doing. That's love. It says, this is my commandment. So this is an order. Yahweh shall give you some more. Give you again. That this is my commandment. Read.
That ye love one another as I have loved you.
That you love one another as I have loved you. So if you love the Most High, you love Yahweh Shai, you love yourself, love that brother also. That love that brother showed for you ain't nothing but a mirror image. So if that brother showing you love, show that brother back some love. And guess what? That'll settle a whole lot of problems which you never had in the beginning. Because why? That brother loved you. You love that brother. Y'all at peace. You cannot get that confusion, that hate out of love. Any more? Go ahead.
Greater love have no man than this.
It says greater love. We know that it's love, but Yahweh Shai is saying it's a greater love than the regular love that you would show your brother if you do this. Go ahead.
That a man lay down his life for his friends.
That a man do what?
Lay down his life for his friends.
So if you love a brother and you claim that you love him, guess what? When that brother in trouble, when you got 5 and 6 unbrotherly people at his door that's trying to hurt him, you're going to go into that brother aid. You're going to get them from off his doorstep. Because why? No greater man than love than a man has for his brother than to lay down his life for his friends, which are your brothers. You're going to lay your life on the line for that brother. You see that brother about to righteously defend himself, you're going to stand side to side with that brother, ball up your fist, and y'all going to get to work. Whether y'all lose or not, you're going to show that brother that you love him by defending that brother and standing by his side through thick and thin. And guess what? Your wife could go ahead and leave you. But guess what? You're going to love that brother enough to come from him in his time of need. And guess what? You're going to go ahead and show the brother what the scriptures have for him. Everything ain't going to never, excuse me, everything ain't going to never be how you want it, but it's going to be righteous. Because why? This coming from a commandment from Yahweh Shai, from Jesus Christ, to tell you to love your brother and lay down your life for that brother. Many brothers have put their life on the line for me. And guess what? I would do exactly the same thing for them. Whether I will lose or whether I will win, that brother know that he can count on me. And I'll be damned if my brother going to lose his life. I'd rather lose my life first than that brother to lose his. Any more?
Ye are my friends.
What did Yahweh Shai say?
Ye are my friends.
Yahweh said, ye are my friends. But before that, the scripture said, no greater man had no greater love than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. So Yahweh is not only calling you his friends, but he's calling you his brother. So guess what? The greatest thing Yahweh did for us, which is Yahweh did everything great, but he did something even greater. He laid down his life for us. That's why we are still here today. That's why the 12 tribes are still going on. Because why? It's that covenant that Yahweh laid down his life for the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And Yahweh had that greater love than to lay down his life for you, for me, for all the 12 tribes. Everybody from Commanding GEN.YAHANNA on down. He laid down his life for us. So guess what? We're supposed to lay down our life for each other. This is a commandment. So guess what? I might not like a brother one day, but I'm not going to hate him. Because guess what? I can go to that brother and be like, man, something was weighing on my mind. There's something that happened. So guess what? I'm coming to you, and I got to tell you this. Come over here. Let's get away from this. Go ahead.
If ye do whatsoever I command you.
Christ said, you are my friends, you are my brothers, if ye do whatsoever I command you. So Yahweh is going to give you a commandment. Yahweh calling you his friends. Like the Most High had called David his friend, that's a great honor. That's a great honor. Like Yahweh called us his friends and his brother by laying his life down, that's a great honor. And the same thing goes for you when you lay down your life for a brother. That you love him so much that he'll be like, whoa, hold up, there's too much love here. But let me do something for you. You don't have to give up. You don't have to get up. Let me do this for you. It's automatic. It's something that you know to do. Man, don't let this world twist you and turn you away in the spirit of hate towards your brother. We got enough problems out here as it is. Any more on that?
Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Henceforth, I call you not servants.
It says henceforth, meaning right now, I call you not servants. Even though we know we are servants of the Most High in Christ. Go ahead, because he our king.
For the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth.
For the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. You don't know what Yahweh the move that he's making so that we can get up out of this hell right now. He's preparing us to get up out of this hell. But without love for one another, guess what? We ain't going to get up out this hell if we don't have that love. Yahweh been telling you to love your brother. Go to him, you got a problem. So you will know what Yahweh doing. He making moves that we don't even know about. Go ahead.
But I have called you friends.
But Yahweh had called us what? Jesus Christ called us what?
I have called you friends.
Yahweh had called us friends enough that he would lay his life down for us. He lays his life down for all these 12 tribes. That's great. That's the greatest thing you can ever do is lay down your life. Come on, that is love. You can't, no matter what you do right now, you cannot show a greater love than Yahweh dying for a whole nation, for us only. Go ahead.
For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
For all the things that Yahweh have done and made known to Yahweh, the Most High, it says, I have made known unto you. So these secrets in this Bible that only we know, these breakdowns that only we know, the Most High had made it accessible to us to learn this from the scriptures. It said, the secrets I have revealed only unto my priests and my prophets, which is what? The servants of Yahweh, which is what? His brothers, us. He called James, John, Andrew, and so on, what? Not only his disciples, but his brothers. So the same love that he showed, he's showing us right now through what? These scriptures. So these secrets have been made known to us. Any more?
Nah.
All right. Give me Matthew 18 and 21. Baba Koshal.
Matthew 18 and verse 21.
Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of times where I didn't have, these brothers came through. I basically, when we went up to New York, I had $20 to my name, and I had to turn around and take that $20 because I left my belt at home, and this is true. I left my belt at home and had to get a belt, which left me $3 in my account. Sometimes I didn't have anything to eat that day, and I had that little bit of pride on me to be like, you know what, I'm not going to ask this brother. This brother got his whole family up there. You know, other brothers got their family and loved ones up there. That's too much on them. I can't ask. But the Most High and Yahushua had let them see what was going on with me, and they asked me, have you ate yet? And I ain't tell them nothing. This is the spirit of Yahushua. I ain't eat nothing yet. I ain't even tell them the situation. And what happened? They was like, come on, I'm getting something to eat. You know, let me get you something to eat. That's love. I ain't even had to tell them nothing. The Most High let them brothers know that this brother in need. Feed them as I have fed you. Yahushua, just like he fed all those people with that 4 fish and the 5 loaves of bread, or however it go, that was love. That was love, man. You know, he fed a multitude of people out of love. Yahushua, with all the power that the Most High had gave him, could have been selfish to be like, no, I ain't feeding them niggas. I ain't doing nothing for them. But because he had that love not only for the Most High, but he had love for his disciples and love for his people and love for his nation, that what? He made sure everybody was well taken care of and fed. Go ahead,
Jesus saith unto him, I say not unto thee, Salakia. What's the verse again?
21.
21. Matthew 18 and verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me?
So this is Peter coming to Yahushua, Hamashiach, Jesus Christ, and saying, Lord, how much is my brother going to sin against me? Why is he sinning against me so many times? What should I do? This is one of the disciples asking Jesus Christ a question. Go ahead.
And I forgive him.
And I forgive him. He said, how many he going to sin against me and I should forgive him? No, this got to stop. He's sinning against me too much. He's doing things that's out of character to me. How much should he do this that I forgive him? Read on.
Till 7 times.
Till 7 times. So you got to forgive your brother 7 times. But there's more to it than just 7 times. Read on.
Jesus saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
It says, Yahushua say unto them, I say not unto thee until 7 times. He said, no, I ain't telling you to forgive him 7 times, but it says 70 times 7, which means as much as possible to forgive that brother. Because you don't know what that brother going through that he need your forgiveness. He might have done something ultra wicked to you. And guess what? At the end of the day, he still love you and he's still your brother. So guess what? Forgive him as much as possible. Because sometimes these situations are blown up out of proportion and they ain't as big as you think. So you got to forgive your brother as much as possible. That's what Yahushua was telling Peter. Forgive your brother as much as possible, because guess what? This ain't going to be the first time he's going to do it. This ain't going to be the last. So guess what? Forgive him as much as possible. Go to that brother and explain to him what happened so that you can forgive each other. Any more?
Verse 23. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants.
It says, therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. So you got the king on the throne. Whatever a servant do, whatever a servant whatever things that he do, whatever things that he's accounted for, does not the king know? Does not the king know you? Do not a king know what the people under him is doing? The king got a watchful eye, just like the Most High got a watchful eye over us. Yahushua got that watchful eye over us, his brethren. So it ain't something that Yahushua don't know that you're doing. He know that you're doing. So guess what? Yahushua gonna take account of that and watch you and see what you would do in the situation that you are put in. Are you gonna hate on that brother for life? Are you gonna sever that brotherhood, which is wicked as hell? Or you gonna forgive that brother as much as possible and end that torment and that turmoil between y'all and love one another? That's what the scriptures is professing. And if you don't know to love your brother today, go and turn on the TV. Go ahead and turn on the news. See what's happening in your neighborhood. Because I'm going to tell you, when I got out for Sabbath service this past Saturday, I saw two brothers chasing a brother down the street in his underwear. You think that was love? The brother was running for his life. They ain't had no weapons or whatnot, but they was like, come on, yo, let's catch this. Now, I don't know what he done, but that wasn't love. If they had the right teaching and the righteousness according to the scriptures, they would have been like, whoa, let's hash this out. Let's talk about this. Because you're going to be mad at your brother. You're going to dislike your brother, something that your brother do. But what? You can't be mad enough to hash it out with them? Because you don't know when you're going to be in the time of need. You don't know when you're going to have a situation that their expertise can only handle. You don't know what could pop up. But because you hate your brother, you're not going to give him that help. You're not going to show him that you love him. Come on, we better people than that. The reason why the Most High had gave these laws, statutes, commandments to us, according to Psalm 147, 19, 20, is because he loved us. Now, if he loved us to give these laws, statutes, commandments to us, guess what? We got to follow them and do them. That's how you know that the Most High loved us and that Yahushua loved us also by giving these to us. So guess what? Show your brother that love today by doing these commandments and show him that you love him. Give him a call. How much does a phone call cost today? A phone call ain't nothing. Everybody got a cell phone. And if you don't have a cell phone, guess what? You can borrow somebody that you know to call and check up on your brother. That's how we supposed to do. We supposed to care for each other. Because these other nations ain't gonna care for us. These other nations don't give a damn about us. That's why there's a Chinatown everywhere. That's why we don't have no businesses of our own, because we don't care enough to pull out our money or our resources together to have anything. Because this brother got a store, we're gonna hate on him and not buy at his store, and we're gonna buy at a heathen store, and that's where our money go. They ain't gonna put that money back into the Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian neighborhood. They're gonna take our money that we done gave to them, patronizing at their store, and guess what? They're gonna take it back home to China. And when they finish getting all that they can get out of that store, they're gonna switch the people out, have somebody new from over there in China to rob and take our money even more. Where are we looking for as far as time, sir?
We are 8:17.
Time.
40 minutes.
Time. So, that's brotherhood. To love your brother. And we can get some more on this. So bear with me. Did we do Matthew 18 and 20, 31?
18 and 31.
I mean, Salakia, Mark 12 and 31. Mark 12 and 31.
12 and 31.
Come.
Mark 12 and verse 31. And the second is like, namely this. Let me start at 30.
Come.
Mark 12 and verse 30. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind.
Come. And it says, and the second is like, namely. So Yahushua is telling you, namely, is this. Get this in your mind, which is your heart. That thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Now, everybody got the wrong definition of neighbor. Neighbor is talking about somebody of the same social status, somebody of the same, that's of the same heritage, of the same lineage, of the same bloodline, of the same birth, of the same flesh, of the same culture. That's who your neighbor is. It's not talking about a heathen, because guess what? Like John 3:16 would state, if you would read it correctly, if the church would ever stop doing the wicked satanic stuff that they already do, they would know that when it was referring to John 3:16, that Christ was only talking to that world, that one nation of people, which is Israel. According to Isaiah 45 and 17 and Acts 2 and 21, that world, that whomsoever, Christ was talking directly to them, which is the world that he was referring to, and not the whole entire earth. That Christ said, and the second is namely like this. Read on.
And with all thy strength, this is the first commandment.
That this is the first commandment. That you should love the Most High with all thy heart, which is your mind. If you have a mind, the Most High was telling you to do these commandments. Your heart ain't nothing but an organ that beats and pumps blood. But your mind, when you get in your mind, then you know them and you will do them, which are these commandments according to the scriptures. And it says that with all thy soul, with everything that you got in you, that you're going to love the Most High by keeping these commandments. And with all thy mind, and with all thy strength, everything that you do, let it be of the Most High, let it be of righteousness. That is the first commandment. Read on.
Verse 31. And the second is like, namely this.
And the second is namely this. Read on.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. It's talking about a fellow Israelite. That you should love your fellow Israelite as you love yourself. Because you're not going to do nothing to yourself that'll cause you harm, that'll cause you pain, that'll torment you, are you? But you're going to love that brother, that fellow Israelite, somebody of those 12 tribes, no matter what tribe they come from, as you love yourself. Read on.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
Yahushua said out of his own mouth, because these words are in red, that there is none other commandment greater than these. That you're going to love your brother as yourself, that you're going to love your neighbor as yourself, and sometimes your neighbor or your enemy can be a fellow Israelite. You're going to love them. And guess what? Christ said that no greater love than this, and no greater commandment than these that are in this Bible. So why are you sitting there hating your brother? Why are you contemplating in your mind what you're going to do to him? There's a niggerish attitude talking about, oh, I'm going to go ahead and get him later on. I'm going to go ahead and F him up. That is plotting. Why are you going to plot to hate your brother? Come on now, we got too much stuff to deal with as now. We got to raise up the 12 tribes of Israel as it is to show them in the righteous way that they should go. So guess what? You want to show your brother that you love him? Teach him correctly. Show him how to forgive your brother of your nation, of your nationality, of your lineage, of your heritage. a fellow Israelite. Learn how to forgive them. But yet, our people today want to go ahead and forgive these heathens. These heathens making profit off of us. They sully our names on the news, calling us super thugs, calling us thugs and hood. Their word thug is East Indian tradition of one of their gods, thugger, and the other is thugling. That is one of those East Indian fake gods that we deal with, calling ourselves a thug. There is no honor in calling yourself a thug, a hood, a criminal. It's like if you will go ahead and call yourself a homo, basically. There's nothing good in that. Or you will go ahead and call yourself a gangster. Don't you know that's not being a boss? That's taking on the personality and heathenistic ways of another nation, calling yourself a thug, a hood, a gangster. We're supposed to love our brothers and sisters by being these priests and prophets that'll bring our brothers and sisters back to these laws, statutes, commandments. That's the righteous thing to do. So, but in another sense, with all this love, we got to see the truth that is happening through the scriptures. Because guess what? These damn devils is going to turn you from your brothers and turn you from your nation and make you love them. Go to Psalms 55 and 21. Baba Kushal.
Okay, one second. General call.
God, I can do it, sir. Go ahead and handle your business. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. So the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Talk about the so-called white man, how he talked to you ever so humbly, so gently. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Now, if you melt butter, it's not rough, right? It's very smooth, slick, and silky. The North American Indians say, white man speak with forked tongue, which means he's going to talk to you in such a way that you're going to feel at ease.
What is it again?
Psalms 55 and 21. You got it?
Psalms 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
It said the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. So the so-called white man ain't got nothing but smooth words to you. You know that you're tired and you got to get on to your kids, even though you know that you're slavery and this is not our rest, according to Deuteronomy 28, and it should be 64, that this is not our rest. What happened? He going to speak to you smooth word. He going to tell you, oh, you can work all this overtime, and yet you still getting the same pay, and he not going to get you nothing extra, or he going to use those same words when you out there, when you was in the world marching and fighting for these heathens to get rights, but yet your rights were being taken away from you. He going to give you those smooth words, but guess what? He going to turn you away from loving your brother, because what? War was in his heart, which means he was going to do you, no matter how he spoke, he was going to do you no damn good. He was going to turn you against your brother. He was going to make you hate your wife. He was going to make you leave your children. Because why? He was going to speak to you in such a smooth way that you won't think, oh, this is right, when the scriptures already tell you that he's the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of in the first place. Read on.
His words were smoother than oil.
His words were softer than oil. So yeah, he gonna soothe the ease and tension off you. The so-called white man gonna tell you, oh, you doing a good job. And then when you look at your paycheck, you see that you $300 short, And when you question them, you be like, well, let me go ahead and check the records. Maybe you didn't work all this week. That's why your paycheck looked like that. Well, you know you should be fighting for your rights, which you should be fighting to go ahead and get what you deserve. And one thing that you deserve is love from your brother. Because guess what? Don't let nobody speak in your ear or speak these evil words to you to where you're going to turn against your brother. You know that it's strength in numbers. And since it's strength in numbers, the so-called white man will turn you away from your brother, and you're going to wind up fighting them. And guess what? They got it on Love and Hip Hop, the Housewives of Atlanta. They got it on the Jerry Springer Show. They got it on Phil Donahue. They got it on Maury Povich, the Steve Wilkos Show. All them shows showing you how to hate your brother. Because why? The so-called white man words are smoother than butter and smoother than oil. He gonna tell you some words that'll make you turn to your brother and make you hate him. But guess what? We got words that's more powerful than the so-called white man, that bastard. We got words more powerful than anything he can tell you, which are what in these scriptures? Read on.
Yet were they drawn swords.
Yet they drawn swords. So they did all this stuff to turn you away from your brother, to go ahead and have a reason to hang you, to go ahead and have a way to fire you, to go ahead and have a reason to fight your brother. What's the need of you fighting your brother? You don't see them on TV fighting theirs, do you? So why would you fight yours? That's an example that you should be following, which is in Christ, which is in this Bible, which is in these scriptures. So Job 12:6. Because right now, what I'm showing you is how the white man do right now. And he's not the devil that's under the ground, the so-called fabled devil, that guy on a red suit, that got a pitchfork, that be sticking you up, that be sticking you with a pitchfork in your behind. That this devil was walking amongst you, trying to turn you away from your brother, trying to give you more hell before your house shall come back. That hell is a condition here on earth that is not under the ground. Because if hell was underground and he was tormenting you down there, if you died, wouldn't our people be okay above the ground where we at right now? Wouldn't we have peace? Wouldn't we have stability with our own family and brethren? If we did as the scriptures say, this devil was out here tormenting you, trying to turn you away from the Most High Christ and your people. Job 12:6. Job 12:6. Because hell ain't under the ground. Hell is right here where you living. Why you think these so-called bastards, the so-called white man, the so-called Jew, push us into the neighborhoods, push us into the hoods, the ghetto, the barrios? Because what? They was living there first. They was living in the ghetto first. They was living in hell first. And guess what? When they gained power by taking our identity, according to Jeremiah 17:4, guess what? They pushed us into the hood. And now that they want the hoods back by trying to gentrify, by doing gentrification to our neighborhoods, they pushing us out to the county and coming back to the city. If you have a house that you own in the city, do not give it up. Job 12:6, Brother Kashal.
Job 12:6. The tabernacles of robbers prosper.
It says the tabernacles of robbers prosper. A tabernacle is a place that you worship at. It says of robbers prosper. These robbers are talking about your pastor and preachers up there selling you that false dream that Martin Luther King had gave you, that goddamn nightmare that we are still trying to recover from. He done robbed you. The pastor and preachers in the church have robbed our people. So they prospering, letting these so-called peace talks go on to where these other nations made you hate your brother, that y'all can't pull your resources together. And now the Arab, the African, and the so-called white man got stores in your all black, Hispanic, and Native Indian neighborhood. Read on.
And they that provoke God are secure.
And they that provoke God are secure. How they provoking the Most High? They saying, oh, we the greatest. This is our history that they stole from us. There should be second address 10 and 23. How they have taken from us and made themselves like they were us. They took our culture, they took our history, they took everything away from us. And then what? They shunned us, call us nothing. And guess what? They prospering off of us. They secure in the wickedness that they doing, because guess what? They can't sin. Because why? They have not the law, statute, commandments. And guess what? We are held for breaking the law, statute, commandment of the Most High, which He had gave us. So the tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke the Most High are secure. Read on.
Into whose hand God bringeth abundantly. Salaki. Abundantly. Salaki.
It says, into whose hand the Most High bringeth abundantly. So all the money that they getting, all the riches that they getting, all this hell that we suffering, the Most High put it in the so-called, put us and all these riches in so-called white man hand, the so-called African hand, the so-called Arab hand. Why? To go ahead and torment us. Because guess what? FYI, this is news for you. Hell ain't under the ground. Hell is on the ground where you are living. In the hood, in the neighborhood, in the barrios, in the ghettos. That's where it's at. And guess what? The only people that you got to torment in the ghettos is not them. Because when the Chinese man go home, guess what? He not tormenting his brother. He finished robbing and tormenting you. He going home to his people. The so-called white man or the Jewish man that own a store in your neighborhood, guess what? He going home to his people. Guess what? The so-called African, he never give a damn about you. And no, we are not Africans. Because you can read that we are not Africans, according to Genesis, the 49th chapter, 1 through 22, that all these things in the Bible fit us. But guess what? They getting all the riches, turning us against our brothers, and they having stores in our neighborhood, and they telling you to go home and torment your brother because you don't have enough, and they got all these riches and all these supplies. Guess what? If you know what the Most High get ready to bring soon, you better be brotherly one toward another, right quick and fast in a hurry, and pull your resources together, or they rob you completely blind and dry. Showing that love for your brother brings in resources, bring in that money, that conglomerate collateral, so that what? You can kick them out of your neighborhood. You can have what you need. That's what brotherhood and sisterhood is about in the I.S.U.P.K of Israel. All right, give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 7, Baba Kushal. And it's heartbreaking. Just turn on the news, and our brothers and sisters might have been walking in the neighborhood trying to visit their family members, and guess what? All of a sudden they shot, they pulled over by the police for nothing. They put in a paddy wagon, they beat down, they end up like Tamir Rice, like Landro Castile, like Trayvon Martin, like Sandra Bland. They hate us that much to where they turn you against your own brother and sister, and now you out in the street fighting them on World Hip Hop Live. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't embarrass yourself. Give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 7, Baba Kushal.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
It says surely, means without a doubt, without even a reason in your mind. Oppression maketh a wise man mad. This oppression that we suffer here, not only did the so-called white man turn us against each other out of brotherhood, but he not only oppressing us, but we oppressing each other. That's not brotherhood. You just take that burden off your brother by learning to love him and stop oppressing him. If he owe you $5, so the hell what? You can get $5. That's easy to get. No matter what type of amount of money it is, you don't torment your brother off of something like that. Because guess what? When you get to the kingdom of heaven, you ain't going to have a need of one for none of that. The kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth. These other nations are going to be our slaves. These other nations are going to work for us and build up your bank account. And guess what? your brother ain't gonna owe you that $5 no more, because guess what? He gonna have things that are unimaginable, that are priceless to get, that he can just give you out of love. So oppression maketh a wise man mad. We should know in these times today what's happening outside in the world right now, that not only is he oppressing us, but he done turned us against each other out of hate for one another. And we should be wise enough to know that this is the plan that he's doing, to have us kill, hurt, harm one another. That is not brotherhood. That is not love. Go, you know on that?
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroyeth the heart. The so-called white man been trying to give us gift, putting our women over us to where they can pass a man, giving them these high-paying jobs, and guess what? They'll come home and you could have been working a 12 to 15 hour a day job, and her eye gonna be evil towards you, because she gonna be like, well, you ain't making the money I'm making, and you just got home from work. You don't want to hear that. But if she loves you, she gonna be like, yeah, I know we just got finished working hard. Let me go ahead and make sure that you're relaxed, that you're fed. Let me make sure that the kids are all right. Have you? And she gonna ask you, have you called your brother today? Have you checked on him? Yeah, that class that he done was excellent. You know, what you gonna teach about? What you gonna teach about next week, baby? She should be doing that to you, showing you that if she love you, then you should love your brother. So oppression make a wise man mad. We are so oppressed that we have no type of wisdom in our head to know that we should be righteously angry according to what the scriptures have shown us. We should not be oppressing our brothers, and we should not be angry at our brothers, and we should be trying to make it right with them every day that we live, as Yahweh had commanded. So that when the Most High see that, he'll be well pleased with our works and towards one another. All right? So give me Deuteronomy 32 and 21. Because, like I said, hell ain't underground. Hell right here. We suffering hell by hating one another. Because guess what? Can you go to your neighbor and ask for just anything? No, because the white man turned us against each other. But I should be able to go to my nearest neighbor, which is a fellow Israelite, and be like, I need this. Do you think you can help me? Or when they need, they should come to me and be like, I need this. I'd be like, sure. Because I know for myself, I might not have much, but the Most High, through Yahweh, had let me feed a lot of brothers. And when I needed, brothers have fed me. And not only with food, but with scriptures. And with the love of the scriptures from the Most High. That's how I was fed. That's the 2 meals that Yahweh was telling you. Through not only the scriptures, but also through love of showing kindness towards your brother. Give me Deuteronomy 32 and 21.
Deuteronomy 32 and verse 21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God.
They have moved me to jealousy of that which is not the Most High. The so-called white man don't want you to be very brotherly with your brother. He provoked us to jealousy to where we thinking that white people are the greatest thing on the face of earth, which they are not, and they are goddamn dogs. They are the scum of the earth. According to Job 12 and 7, they polluted everything. They even pollute their own water because they're such fools. They have raped and robbed not only their own, but us. They have hid our history. They have hid the fact that these 12 tribes that are listed on the sign behind me are all family, all brothers. It's nothing different. We're supposed to love our brothers. No matter what tribe you come from, out of Jacob, you're supposed to love that brother. Because I'm going to tell you this, and I don't care if immigration is listening. If I can help a Hispanic brother, any of my Hispanic brothers, if I can give them a place to live, I will. My Haitian brothers, I will. My Judite brethren, I will. No matter what tribe you come from. If I got it, and I definitely got to spare, it's yours. That's the love we should be showing one to another. Read on.
And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not my people.
Of those would move him to jealousy, which are not his people. Who is not his people? All the rest of the nations of the world, the other nations, are not the Most High people. Who he chose to be his people, according to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, is Israel. He chose Israel to be his people. So guess what? We are all brothers, no matter what tribe we come from. Go ahead.
I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
And it says, I will provoke them to anger of them which are a foolish nation. So the Most High provoking us to anger with one another, because why? The so-called white man want us to think that he the greatest. He gonna put that anger that he got for us and put it on your fellow brother so that we can be up there in the street fighting on camera, taking each other. Instead of taking each other, why the hell you don't put down the damn phone and the camera and see if you can quell the situation before the situation start getting deal? That's what should be happening. Don't sit up there and take one another. Help. Any more? You want to cut it? Should be one of those bad. And with that, we are the I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohanna, here to teach our people the truth according to the Bible, those of Negro, Indian, and Hispanic descent. If you are not in the I.S.U.P.K., you are not in the truth. We've been teaching this truth since 1969. And just like Malachi 3 and 6, that the Most High don't change, neither had this truth ever changed. And with that, we're going to end the class. And we're going to give it up to Priest and Officer Kawan Palat, Officer of 5,000, and he's going to give the announcements.
Class rules. Teacher must wear a headpiece and be fully girded in a garment and for appropriate Israelite attire. Teacher must defend the gospel and have complete control over the students. Class must have guard if at all possible. Guard has operational command over door and anyone entering the school. All students must be searched. Guard. All students must be searched. Guard must.
Oh no, that's the wrong one. Slacking. It's a security announcements at the end. With that.
Right. The security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10. Means tenth in Hebrew and is pronounced Ma'aisha, Ma'aishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, Remind Akim and Akwaf to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. Give one courtesy salute to the teacher. I.M.A.G.I.U.M, I.M.A.G.I.U.M Shabbat, I.M.A.G.I.U.M Brak, Yahaba Shem Yahweh Shabarakatah,
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabarakatah.
Yazimata, dismissed.